I had done minor, I'll get back in frame a minute, tiny motorcycle de-seizing, or attempted de-seizing, last week. So we did scooch the cylinder head off the tiny motorcycle just to see if it was a stuck piston, which it sort of is, or whether it was anything else. So as you will see at the moment, piston is, cylinder is half out, but there is no turny. So we are assuming, I don't think the crank is stuck because I can move it there, that we have got some stuck stuff in here. So I'm going to scooch this off a minute, try and get the plate on the other side, the exhaust off, get this cylinder out, have an inspect on my piston. I've bought a gasket set already. I've acquired a genuine original seat. So I've bought some new bar grips, some new old stock, to make all that much better. So because these ones are crap. And then I need to keep buying. Oh yes, that one is rubbish. Buying bits. And also, I spoke to Chris, who's the man that put me in touch with his dad that we got the bike off of. He emailed me and said, yes, he said, that's my childhood motorcycle. And he said I was very good at mixing two-stroke up, so it didn't die of seizing up, because or anything like that. He said we just grew out of it, and then it ended up sat in the bush. So commence motorcycle stripping. So we're going to get the tank filler off, see what the tank looks like. Take the side plastics, the exhaust, we'll just pull her apart. And we may even have the engine out, or we'll try and repair it in the frame, because it's hardly difficult stuff. So time lapse in, here we come. And I have got a big box, well, big box for motorcycle bits, to put all the stuff in that falls off of here. Right, so as you will have just seen, it's not seized up. The kickstart mechanism was stuck a little bit, but the crank is free. So, going to have to tap the piston out of here, because I've been soaking on this for days and I don't think it's that badly stuck. He's just dropping a cigarette. So, I reckon there's a fair chance that will come off of there with a light tappage. I know it's an aluminium casing, a bit of tappage and a bit of leverage. I think it's almost stuck at the bottom of its stroke. Almost. So I knock it in that way. Gently, you want the words, gently. Just seen a little tiny bit of heat, she is unstuck. Got a whole little piston waggling around down here. Look. It's a bit of a dirty little piston, but with some rather stuck rings. We can cure on that. I don't know whether it's possible. Is it scored at all? No, it isn't actually. Get the rings freed up. I might even get all excited and buy some new ones. And I think with my tiny Honer, that might even come back round again as well. We are winning, and we haven't broke, apart from one of the head studs has broken the top off of it, but that's hardly difficult. There's acres to get it out of. So I'm going to have a bit of a lube up on the crank, because I don't think this thing has turned revolutions for quite a while. Don't break your piston, you numpty. But she is free. Look at that. much undamaged. I'm going to lube up on this flywheel and then we'll have a bit of a dose in there with the points. Because we appear to have a remote type coil. So I'm going to get all this stuff cleaned up. What we will do before we go home this evening is see if we can get the fuel cap off without completely ruining it. So head and cylinder go over here. Ginger to do with this very large pair of grips that I've got is just have a little, oh, straight free. How bad is the fuel tank? No, cap looks clean. No, she's not bad at all. Any way, shape or form. Right. This is looking much more promising. I think some curie, rusty stuff in the tank. We'll just scooch that off a minute. How does the tank come? A tiny 10mm bolt. One thing is amazing is everything has come undone. Proper old school engineering again. Have to go on the tank bolt there. We have. So that allows us to take the tank off. I reckon he does. Look at that tiny little thing. So we're going to fill that up with some cure rust. Not cure rust, rust eater type stuff. Make sure that this here tap functions, if it feels like it does. Christ, we're almost going to be into restoration in a minute. I mean, a bit more stripping and we'd have a frame we could paint. Can we get those old seat pan bolts undone? I've got a new one of these. Or new to it, one of this. Never. And there ain't even a top left on it. That ain't going to undo, is it? Well, I've got to hand it to you, Butch. That's pretty impressive. Yeah. Wouldn't have any of that, would you? Honestly. I mean, that's the last of the seat pan. Should we go for double glory and see if the rear one undoes? Whether we've got to whack it off with an angle grinder. I think that's going to shear, but not that's a worry. You are shitting me. Look. What? What the earth is going on? This never happened. I mean, honestly, the top of the nut popped off and it's turning. I'm going to hold it in there. What about a massive set of mod grips? These are mod grips, aren't they? Pipe grips. I know what I'm going about, honestly. I do. Could be troublesome. We just go for the cutting it off. It is coming undone, which is a shame, but can't hold on to it. You can turn it now. Right. We'll work on that. But anyway, so I'm going to put these bits in the to save box. Rubbing my microphone on my chin again. And basically, this thing is pretty good. I mean, I think I might treat it to a new chain because he is very solid. Still, would hope it didn't have a bit of 42 stuck in it. coming around, isn't it? Chain might be alright, you never know. What do you reckon we do then? Do we strip it completely, powder coat the frame, found some shock absorbers, I don't think these ones are bad to be honest, do a full sprucing up, or do we keep it in its original 70s, 80s clothing? I think we could do with some new plastics because they're a bit ruined. Looks like I could do with a new can of wood 40 as well. This one's about out, but we might as well get the most out of it. And do it up. She's coming on. Go all excited and have a break in a minute. Nope. That is stuck, isn't it? Yes. Don't pull on that because it'll just break that bit and need something else. What about this end? Let's give it a little. Tab. I think that's just seized. Not really surprising. The nut ain't seized, it's just the brake mechanism. It went. More squirting oil. And get another can of squirting oil. Alright, there's enough left here. Right, hammer. She's going around. Which cable is that? Which cable is it? That one. I do think that. He's really seized up. You wouldn't quite have any of that, would you? Look at handbrake cable works. Well, brake cable, bicycle cable thing. That ain't possible. It's been sat in a bush for donkey's years. Right, I think that might do for tonight.
A few moments later.
I seen 2 seconds ago dismantling a tiny motorcycle. So I have ordered tiny motorcycle parts. My tiny motorcycle gasket set from Germany has turned up. But I've now ordered some tiny motorcycle piston rings and some tiny motorcycle, tiny bore, tiny Honer.
Honer?
Yeah, because our big diesel owner is not very
You might have to put a bigger piston in there.
Yes, yes. So basically until those bits turn up, and then I've got a load of Vaco rust pouring the fuel tank, slots round a bit. It's quite clean in there, but I reckon that'll sort that out. We'll see. So basically we have been doing lots of high-speed T1ing because we're on the final fitments. So engine is mounted, cross member is made,
yep.
Engine mounts are finally finished and in. Exhaust, first section is fitted, standard Sprinter, we made all that work, haven't we?
Yep, that fits lovely.
This is a Mercedes 310 radiator, which we have to adjust the front member and moved it back in, and that's at least 8 inches in it.
At least.
At least, yeah.
Yes, darling.
So we have moved it back in at least 4 inches properly, I think, it'll be 3 inches.
3 inches.
To allow us, hopefully, to clearance this intercooler, because we've actually moved the whole engine back in the vehicle, because physically this engine is actually smaller lengthwise than the old 616, 615 that came out.
That's right.
So that is ongoing. So we're doing the next few days. We have the power steering box rested in place. We think we've got all the lines because this needs to leave fairly soon. So what I am doing, I'll take you over there in a minute, safety squints and all that type of stuff, is removing the back axle out of the donor sprinter that this engine and gearbox came out of. I want the back axle and the prop shaft, just undoing the bolts, because we're going to scooch the back axle as long as it fits in this. We have measured roughly using one of them tape measure things, and we reckon it'll all go together, but obviously all of this stuff is magic.
Yeah.
We've got to move the spring mounting points in, because that's about 120, that's 135 mil out of spring to out of spring. This is 125 mil out of spring to out of spring, so we're going to need to move the points, the mounting points on them.
Yeah.
So there'll be more exciting stuff coming on that now. We're going to go over there and then I'll explain which bits I'm taking off of this sprinter. I'm also going to chuck a bit of video footage in now that you'll see now. So, as you will see, we are Mercedesing. So this is the little 1997-98 C230 compressor that we acquired the other day. A C230 compressor that is L manual, is in really nice condition. Looks a bit of a clean. One thing that it does look is a bit dorky. So I've got a plan for sorting that out. It's strange type of stuff that I don't normally do. So what I need to do is sort these bumpers out with the old boy scratches on them. There's a few white speckles on that door. That's road paint. Need to get that off. So what I've acquired off of the Bearded Explorer is these. So set of 17-inch Mercedes monoblocks. Or Mercedes fitment monoblock alloys. I think they are probably copies. Oh, it says made in Germany on it, so that's a good start. So I'll just gingerly put this beautifully repainted wheel down here. Oh, stay there. So I have 4 of these, obviously, because 2 wouldn't be much useful. I've ordered some tyres, and I'm going to put them on this. And then I think the trouble is, it probably will be a bit tall. So I'm going to order, I think, a 40mm lowering kit, maybe 20mm, whatever. Don't know much about lowering kits, don't normally lower things. Just to sort of scooch it down a bit, repaint the bumpers, polish the depth out of it. I have found, obviously, the Mercedes star badge to go on the front of it. Clean it, service it, new MOT, competition price. Wolf and Sheep's clothing. Might turn it up a bit, make sure it goes at full speed, and so we'll do a bit of mapping. Fast Mercedes hasn't even got a sunroof. That's what we like, no sunroof. Sort the air conditioning. We're going to get that gas back up again. Just generally have a sprucey. It is a classic, so it's sort of the base spec one. Not quite the total base spec one, because they do get more base space than that, because this one has rear electric windows, central locking. You can get one with pushy buttons and no rear electric windows. And then that'll give quite a cool looking stealth Mercedes missile with some posh wheels on it. And body coloured bumpers and bits. Get where I'm coming from. You find me in a Citroen, just having passed its MOT, clear, no advisories. It's a cracking little car. So what I thought I'd do, seeing as at the moment I dropped the Jag off down here, which passed clear yesterday, and then I swapped the Jag for the Citroen. So then I had to get here to pick the Citroen up, and Fudge is busy doing complicated sort of structural welding stuff. So I had an idea. I'll sort of turn the camera around. This is our brilliant MOT station, PDK. So what I decided to do, which you'll see tucked down the end there by that silver Volkswagen, is a Mercedes 230 compressor that we picked up on Thursday. So what I've done, scooched through the 230. I can't find anything wrong with it. I've replaced one light bulb. I have bought a load of exciting tuning bits for it, but we've been right through the car and it looks pretty good. So I thought what I'd try, it's just out of interest, is to take it and drop it now at the MOT station. They appreciate the fact that I just left here and said, when you get 5 minutes, chuck it in for a test and see what happens. Because was it really just binned again like this? I mean, this was binned, weighed in, scrapped because of that bit of structural on the top of that strut. Throwaway society, that we are. And it'd be interesting to see if the Merc passes or fails. We'll let you know as soon as I know. And then I'm going to put some big monoblock wheels on it, drop the suspension by 40mm, put some Pempy parts on it, stick it up as a competition price. And now I'm going home in the automatic Citroen, which is Saturday's competition prize. If you haven't bought a ticket, please do, because it's ace, it's all working. I will show you now. Vic said the drive light down there, look. Posh, eh? And then we're back again. The Citroen has passed clean through an MOT. We dropped that off. I've had like a week of it. We did the Jag yesterday, clean through.
Yeah.
Because we dropped the Jag off, didn't we? Or Timmy brought me back.
Yeah.
So then I swapped the Jag yesterday, the Citroen for the Jag, left that there this morning, and they MOT'd that passed clean through, no advisories. So then we decided that, of course, now we've got the Citroen stuck at the MOT station, which is 7 miles that way. Well, Fudge was doing stuff, so I thought, I know. So we got the C230 that we've just bought, the W202 out, checked over it, put a light bulb in it, couldn't find anything else wrong with it, so I've zoomed that to the MOT station, abandoned it now, going whenever you get 5 minutes, guys. And we'll see. Be interesting to see, because that would be 2 cars that our Chuckaway world has binned
for no reason.
For no reason. The little Citroen wanted a couple £100 spending on it, and the Mercedes, I'll put a light bulb in it. I did bolt the battery down.
Yes, because they did leave it loose.
The battery was loose in the boot, so I put the battery clamp back on. I've washed it. You know, I top the brake fluid up, check the oil, put some washer fluid in it, top that up, and put 1 side light bulb in it. And if it passes, that'll be
amazing.
Well, it'd be interesting to see, because people just chuck things away when they've got loads of life left in them. So I have bought, obviously we saw earlier, the shiny wheels.
Yes.
So I've got a set of I've got a set of mono blocks off the Bearded Explorer that he had for another Mercedes. It's very shiny, and I've ordered some 40mm lowering springs. It's the first time I've ever bought a set of lowering springs in my life. Not doing what you do, where you keep cutting them off with an angle grinder, because that's cheating.
I never do that, Al.
No.
No.
So actually, Terry was like, I'm going to come down and take photographs, because I don't think I've ever seen you lower a car, and I'm like, I'm not going to lower a car. Well, I am, but yeah. So anyway, so we're going to scooch it down 40mm, put some shiny wheels on. I think I explained that in a bit of video footage earlier, paying the bumper up. So now we're going out there, and you may notice that we possibly have figured out what the microphone problem was.
Yeah.
That this set of microphones, which are the old ones, don't work like that set of microphones over there, and these are much louder than those.
Yeah. Don't know why.
Don't know why, they're exactly the same microphones, but what's gone wobbly there, so we'll try using these microphones and everyone can stop telling me they can't hear me. And otherwise we're blaming it on Apple. So, don't stand underneath it if you start standing underneath it.
I'm not stuck. Oh, you did, didn't you?
Well, I did. Well, I wanted underneath it.
I'm not actually underneath it, guys.
No.
I'm to the side.
So I want this back axle for that T1, because this is our donor vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has done no miles. So I'm going to scooch that prop shaft with the 2 centre mount and all the bits out of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll nick that in a minute. I've undone the bolts of this. It's just sort of... I have left the nuts on one side so it don't go...
Shudunk.
I loosened the wheel nuts before I lifted it up because they was really tight.
Okay.
So I'm going to strip this out in a minute.
Yeah.
Take this tow bar off because someone wanted that. And then I might just do me normal and cut the van in half.
Scrap it.
No, it's not valuable parts. Shush. Shush. You're not helpful sometimes. You're not helpful. We wouldn't be making this if Al didn't hoard useful stuff like this.
This is true.
And that is a 0506 Mercedes twin cab. There's loads of... I mean, if you want a secondary door,
yeah,
you won't find one. I've got headlinings, I've got seats for twin cabs, I've got loads of bits. Hoarded, I've got 2 sets.
2?
I know, there's another twin cab out there, I can see it from here. Part of stuff empty, part of stuff empty, part of stuff empty. So if anyone needs the twin cab bits like that door that you can't find, I've got 2 of those. I think this one is definitely better than that. I have got 2 headlinings, and I have got sets of secondary seats that everyone throw out and put toolboxes in. Anyway, so I'm going to take this out. You're going to put a radiator in that, and then we're going to try and get this in that.
Yes.
Plan.
Sounds
and
like
I've put big wheels on the Hilux. Look at that. Doesn't it look much better? You can't steer it anywhere.
It looks a whole
lot. The Hilux, everyone keeps asking, the Hilux is coming, but the Hilux is not very happy. It is definitely a 3.5 cylinder Hilux, and that's going to need time to cure. So we have to have this camper van out of here by the 2nd week. April. We promised. So no iluxing until after that, because once that's gone, I can then go and play with toys.
Exactly.
I'm going to show my new blow-up tent.
Yes.
Yes, that would have turned up by then, because we've got lots of painting to do.
We have got loads.
So I have bought an inflatable paint booth off of Vivor. Vivor. I bought the biggest thing out. It's massive. It's 30 foot long, 20 foot wide, and 16 foot internal eye.
Crikey.
So basically, yeah, that. But
It's
that
going to
will.
be touching the bloody lights. We're going to have to put it in the middle, aren't we?
Well, that was that's the workshop reorganisation. There was planned, so we put it in the middle. But then we can paint a big van in there, and then we don't have to scrape overspray off of everything and sheet everything like we always have to do.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
And then
doesn't it?
I'm going to keep that big box that we took off the back of a Transit, put it all safely stored in that big lock box, so the mouses can't get at it, eat holes in it.
Yeah.
Because you know what'll happen? They've gone now for the summer, but the little bugs will be back.
They'll be back.
Yeah, that'll be prime nesting territory in my like £1,000 paint booth. It'll have a load of holes in it.
Yeah.
And we've got BMW cars. We've got tyres now. Because thank you very much to the wheel specialist people who ruined 2 of me run flat tyres getting them off, and I didn't realise when I picked them up. So we've had the wheels repaired, painted, went to put the tyres back on. They've chewed the sidewalls out of 2 of them. I've just gone to spend some more money. This car is cursed. On some very expensive run flat tyres. Go to TAMIYA. It's just getting better and better every time that vehicle. It's just like the parts cannon has keep been thrown at it.
But it's the last bit though, isn't it?
Yes, and I haven't bought any more BMWs quite yet.
Go do it.
Well, no, because Jules has got that 34 5 series. He's got a 535 I think. Old BMW. Like E-Reg. Yeah, I keep it around. Keeps coming in and mentioning it, and then I keep forgetting about it. But we'll get there. Anyway, we're procrastinating now. Right, so you would have seen me a second ago to drop my Sprinter axle off yesterday afternoon, evening, just there. So what we've now got to do, and what we're going to continue on doing now, is we're going to remove this T1 axle so we can run these Hetra lifts independently. So we can leave the front up. You'll see there's 2 massive 7.5 ton axle stands propping the camper up, and we're going to lower this axle away from the springs, drop it on the floor, take it out, and then we need to get this one with some wheels fit. We need to see these 14-inch wheels fit. And then I've got this prop shaft I've slung in there, which is a long wheelbase one. And once we've got the axle in, I'm going to go start again, go and search for my pile of props. So you might find a medium or a short wheelbase. And very possibly fill the gap, otherwise we're going to have to cut one, cut it, weld it, balance it. But that's not what we're, so that is it today for mechanical stuff. So what we're going to do is go and play 12-year-olds. So we're going to quickly whip out here because we've got 2 things we're going to put. We said the other week we're going to have 2 little raffle prizes. One of which is a cool 1980s TAMIYA radiator control truck.
Yeah.
That I acquired for Christmas and I didn't this year that I didn't need. And then we have, if you remember from a couple of years or a year and a half ago at Christmas, my big radiator control boat, which is like a shelf queen. And to be honest, I've had me fun.
Yeah.
That needs to go on to someone else. So we're going to get both of them out there. Join us in a second. We'll have a whiz round with the radiator control car because I've charged it up. The boat, basically, if you win the boat, it has been sat for a year, it still turns over. You will need to refresh on it to get it going again. There's no point us putting fuel and petrol in it because we're going to have to send it to you. So come join us out here for 12-year-old type stuff.
Let's go play.
Let's go play. So, as all grown men, finished maturing at 12. So this is a genuine 80s, I'd have said.
I'd say 80s.
Toyota, TAMIYA, not a Toyota, Blackfoot. No, it's not. It's not Blackfoot. It's,
It's,
it's a Bush Devil.
Bush Devil. Everyone loves a Bush Devil.
Everyone loves the Bush Devil. So this popped up at Christmas on our local Facebook page. It had been in a loft, was the lady's son's, and she'd advertised it and I had to have it. So it comes with its genuine build manual, its charger booklet,
Radio gear booklet.
radio gear transmitter booklet, a functioning big whippy aerial transmitter with some new batteries in it. Its original knackered Nico battery that is dead. I have bought a new one, Chinese one's in there. It's high-tech battery charger. Admittedly, it's slightly fallen apart in the end, but it does charge battery, and it is fag light plug-in. We'll have put a new fag light plug-in on the end of it by the time it goes. And then also lying in the bottom of the box, I had to buy some new bits, so I did buy some shell pins because they was missing, and I had to buy a new aerial stick. And then there was a newspaper in the bottom of the box, which we're assuming has been in there. So this newspaper, which we'll also throw in, you can have that, is dated from November the 24th, 2007, which I think is, but the lady said it was in the box when it got thrown in the room. So, would you like them all back?
Thank you very much.
So if I turn that on.
Right, switch this on.
Yep.
Got all the motions.
I have stripped the servo control, the speed controller.
Okay.
It's off the floor.
It's off the floor, it's not going to rub your fingers.
No. So what we are going to do now is go and pay 12-year-olds around the yard. We have got to buy some new rear tyres. I need to order some tyres because they're coming apart, but they will do for this purpose. So this is radio controlled raffle prize, like 50p a ticket. I think I paid her 100 quid for it because the phone apparently had exploded. Because they're quite rare.
They're very rare and they're worth a lot more than that.
So, and then I've spent a load of money on bits. So, whatever it makes, it makes. It has got one knocked off spot lamp on the front here, but apart from that, the shell is in really good nick.
Yeah.
It has got all its original decals on it, and you can be a 12-year-old and scare out of the kids and the dog. Right, so Fudge is our radio control specialist. Demonstrate the workings.
Right.
They work quite fast. You're going the wrong way. You won't be going the other way.
This is on reverse. Right, hang on. Right, channel 2 is that one. There we go. Now we're going right. Oh, that's on reverse as well. Flip that over.
Yeah, I've just labelled all the buttons.
Okay, now we're there.
Give us some speed. That's full throttle, isn't it? Hours of fun.
I'm not going to crash it. I'm not going to crash it.
Don't crash it, 'cause the shell's pretty minty.
There we go. I'll park it like that.
So there we are. So a working, genuine 80s Tamiya Bush Devil.
Bush Devil.
Put that on raffle. 50p a ticket.
Come on, guys. You know you want it.
You know you want it. I mean, we normally sell a couple hundred tickets, so that might get me my money back. Not worried about that. We're all 12. So we're going to go on to the next one now. On to the next. So, raffle prize number 2. This is Garth. Garth. It's built by a man called R. Curtis. There is a whole video. There's 2 of them on this. We're going to put some links in the description. Now, it has been sat on the shelf for a year. So basically, it's got a 53cc inbuilt petrol engine, water-cooled, shaft drive, radio controlled that we sorted out. You'll see in the video if you go back and watch it. It is 4.5 foot long. It's 12 inches wide. It comes with a load of history, so it's had some redesigns. So there is Mr. Curtis. Very proud of his boat. There is an article on Mr. Curtis and his boat that comes with it from 1978, March of 1978. And there are a full range of photographs. He built this from scratch. There is a booklet in there that tells you about the engine. There is a spare propeller and a few other bits floating around. Now, we had it on the water a year ago, I reckon.
I think it was just over a year ago.
Just over a year ago, we got it going. It is
very fast. I couldn't get much more than quarter throttle.
No, because we couldn't.
I was frightened
enough.
I did crash it. I did actually, didn't I?
It's got a few minor ilks. Some of the stickers are falling off. It wants a bit of love, but it is watertight. You will need to. It's drained of petrol, so you'll need to just kick it back into life again. It's not difficult. You'll see us do it a year ago. So we are going to put this on competition prize 50p a ticket, and we will figure out a way of getting it to you, whether we can box ship it or courier it or deliver it ourselves, depending on the distance, because obviously the little Bush Devil is quite easy. This could get damaged.
Yeah.
But it's got some Spitfire pilots sat there. Go and look at the video, go and watch the video if you haven't seen this. It's not Christmas gone, it's the Christmas before. We'll put the links in and there. So this will be on raffle as well, because it's only sitting there on my office shelf. And I think it comes time to pass some toys on. And then we've acquired some other toys, haven't we?
We have.
Shall I do a final parting by wheeling my new acquired moped that I got off Terry yesterday?
Go get your new toy out.
Well, we're going to have to move the camera. Move the camera and then we'll wheel the moped in and then we're done for a Wednesday. Okay. So, the final parting of the day. So, Transit Terry Davies is a man with the Ford Mark II Ford Transit we bought from Germany, which we're going to have a video on in a bit because Terry's done some conversion work. It is pucker. We're going to talk him into that in a minute. So he'd seen the fact that I had the putch acquired because he had identical putch when he was a boy. And then I went up there, called him for a cup of tea yesterday, and he's like, I might have something that you could. So he was selling it to me yesterday, but he might have changed his mind when he got it yesterday, but we're not quite sure. So he left it here. I'm going to get it going. So this is an FZ50 Suzuki moped from 1981.
This W race, 1980.
1980. So basically, in here is the original manual, and because Terry had stripped the carb when he acquired this 10 years ago. So the old boy died. The next door neighbour apparently was a customer of Terry's, and then the next door neighbour said, they're about to throw this in the skip. If you want to pop up the road and come and get it, you can have it. So he did, took it home, took the carburettor apart, never touched it again. So it has covered the heady heights of, we reckon that's 5,342 miles. So, and it is showing a tax disc from the 31st of the 8th, 1984. So, and in here, slightly deteriorated but readable, is its 1980 MOT certificate. Hang on, let me put that was the service bill from. So it was MOT'd on January the 10th, 1980. So they must have got it going again. So it's MOT January the 10th, 1989.
Okay.
Yeah. At 534 miles. Or 5,340 miles, and it's done 5,342. So they parked it up in 84, didn't MOT it for ages, MOT'd it in 89. Apparently it is pretty much dead on 2 miles from the bike shop it was MOT, which is now Burnout Bikes in Downton. Yeah. And then back to mate's house, and then it never turned the wheel again from then to now. Oh. So what we're going to do for Sunday's video, because we're 12-year-olds, boom! Bought some petrol again because I keep using all the petrol up. We're going to get this to go. So we're still waiting on bits for the push. So we're going to do some motorcycle. It's not really a motorcycle. Scooter content.
Moped.
And then we've got to roar off this afternoon and go and pick a posh camper van up. So we better get on with that. Anyway, thank you very much. Ow. Fudge 6DD. Links in the description to the two. They'll be on by the time this goes out this evening, hopefully. Don't forget to buy a ticket for a Citroen. It's done, ready to rock and roll. Comes with a ticket to the Festival of the Unexceptional as well, if you'd like to join us. And man for the Jaguar is over the moon. He's coming on the 2nd to pick that up.
Yes, well done.
Well done. One more tyre delivered. We need one more tyre for the 645 CI, because that's the last bit to appear. Then we put it together, MOT it, and finally deliver it to Tony, because it now is all done.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway.